Hi friends, it's Liz here and thank you for joining me today. I have been having so much fun making some more pieces to add to my little kits that I've been making for the shop. And I thought I would show you my latest one that I was putting together. Now these are part of my Pretty Pockets and Envelopes, the grab bags. I did show a video before showing you what types of pockets and envelopes I'm adding to that collection, or the collections that are in the shop. And to those of you that are purchasing those, thank you so much. You have no idea how much your support means to us, so thank you so much for that. I will always add a little extra whenever there is a physical purchase in the shop, of course. And so I just, thank you so much. So the little pile that I have here is things that I may be doing some embellishments with. So I have some of my Tim Holtz. I've pulled out some of this. This is actually a tea bag. And this is, you know what this is, I forget the name right now. So I'm just putting some of the embellishments together that I'll be using hopefully very soon to decorate some of the ones that I will be adding to my projects, etc. But I thought I would show you. These are so fun to make, you guys, super easy. I hesitate to call it a one-page wonder because I added something else to it, but it truly could be a one-page wonder, like one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, like photocopy paper size. And so let me just get started and show you what these are. I had so much fun putting these together. Now, you can use anything you have, of course. I'm using some of the designs that are in my shop. I believe the fabric patchwork kits and the French page from the French fashion kit as well. And that's just because I've been going through some of the bits that I was working on before. And of course, I remembered I wanted to do something maybe like sewing that you could use for a sewing themed project. And so, actually, let me show you. I showed you these. There's a tutorial, actually 2 different types of tutorials making this style of little clutch. I have, oh my gosh, these go way back, these videos, but I will link them below in case you haven't seen them. So I've used the same fabric patchwork kits for these ones that I used here, just used them in a different way. So I thought I would show you. And the other thing is, sometimes I want to make things without embellishing them first. That's sort of my process. Leave a comment below and let me know if you're similar to the way I like to craft sometimes. I kind of like to mass make, something, whether it be the different pockets that I've been mentioning, so like I mass make things, and I like to, when I'm watching a video or something, I just want to do something with my hands. And so I'll do something like this, but then there's a more intentional process where I decorate and embellish. I find that the hardest. I don't know about you. Let me know if you do too. Embellishing for me is like the hardest because I really have to think about it. But putting some, base pieces together, I just love without thinking too much. So hopefully that's how you will find these pockets. So let me start with this one. It is using, like I said, the kits that I mentioned, and it's really a double pocket. Okay, so you see how there's that double pocket, and then you've got this nice little flip here. This one is the same, just a different design. And of course, these could be floating pockets as well. This happens to be, I think, a Tim Holtz sewing themed paper, so I thought it was perfect for the patchwork kit collection here. And then this one is from that French Fashions kit I mentioned. It's just one of the pages. I really love how this one came out as well. And again, I just added some Tim Holtz ephemera just to show you the pockets. So super easy, you guys. I'm going to show you how to make them. Now, the way these ones would be added to a page, I'm just grabbing my ideas journal. I keep adding, mail that comes in from Happy Mail and that sort of thing. Let me just show you on this page. So the way these ones would be added to your page, of course, it would just be glued on either 3 sides to make an additional top pocket, or you could glue it on 3 sides this way and make a side tuck on either side, or you could just attach it on 2 sides and then you have like a tuck spot instead of a pocket. And you can see that just the way you would add it to your page, you would have additional pockets, you know, for a journal, etc., whatever your project is. And by the way, if you want to see some of my ideas journals, which is just journals that I have made in the past few years, where I add different ideas that I have, or I have seen, or I have received, and I keep them sort of like my little reference journals. There's different styles. There's traveler's notebook sizes, you know, full journal sizes, etc. This one happens to be one that I kind of redid. I do have a tutorial on the base of this one. I've changed it since, but the basic structure is the same. This is an easy binding journal. If you are new to, you know, junk journals and you want a really easy, quick idea on how to make one, I will link that video below so you can check it out. All right, so let me show you how I put these together, and hopefully you'll be inspired to make something yourself. Okay, so you take your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and again, you can use anything you have. I am using my digitals for this project, which I will link below if you're interested. And you're going to cut it into 4 1/4. So 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 8.5, and then you've got a little bit that's left over. And then you're going to take just any piece of paper that you like, because this will be what you are lining your little pocket with. Okay, so anything you have on hand. I happen to have this music sheet paper, and I'm just looking right now to see which will make a better kind of like flap for my design. So I wanted the butterfly to read properly when, you know, you bend your paper over. And now I'm going to take my piece of paper that I'm going to line this with. And again, it can be anything you want. And I find that also this reinforces your paper and makes it a little bit sturdier when you're when you've got your pocket going. So I'm just going to take my glue stick this time, because I find that for this type of project, it's so much easier and it tends to hold a little bit better. I'm just going to make sure that I glue this everywhere. And just as I'm remembering, this was not my original idea. I think I saw this at Wendy's Journal Adventure, oh my gosh, 3-4 years ago. She's no longer making videos, which is sad, but yeah, this is where I got the idea from. So I wanted to mention that for sure. And of course, I'll link her channel below in case you are interested in checking her out. She is taking a break from YouTube. She's been doing that for a while now. All right, so I'm just going to glue this onto my the back here of my paper. And this, it doesn't really matter how perfect you get it, because you can still cut around the edges if it, you know, if it's sort of sticking out somewhere. But I think I got a pretty good adhesion here, and I don't think I messed it up too much. I'm not sure what's going on with my my setup for my top-down video. It keeps like shaking a lot now that I'm noticing it, so I have to figure out what's going on with that. Might need to replace like my overhead holder here that I have to you know, hold my phone over. All right, I just wanted to make sure that I glued this down. Sometimes, as you know, with glue stick, it doesn't adhere properly to the edges, so I wanted to make sure I got that. All right, so this is how we make the pockets. Again, it's just using the other sheet that we cut up, the other 4 1/4 by 8.5. And I'm going to fold one side down, as you can see here. And it depends on your paper and your design of paper how you would do this, because this would be sort of like the top of your pocket. And then at the bottom, we're just folding like a 1/4 inch to kind of reinforce the edge here. All right, so again, I'm just folding one side down, a 1/4 inch up, and I will show you just quickly, I guess, the measurement, because I know you're probably going to ask. So it's about 2 3/4 that I folded this down, approximately, and that's about a 1/2 inch, I think it was. But anyways, you can do whatever you want with yours, and you can see here how I folded it. I can read butterfly on that, which I kind of want to, this is kind of what I wanted. So now I've got my little pocket being put together here. So we'll glue this little bit down. And this again helps to reinforce your pocket there so that you've got a little bit of a thicker edge. This, I'm just going to use my glue stick again because I find it easier to just cover everything quick. And then I will be gluing this piece onto the page there. I'm just gonna move that because I've got glue there. All right, so we've just glued down everything we folded, and now I'm bringing the bottom up, and this is going to be my bottom pocket. So I'm just gluing on 2 sides here, so on the left and the right side. And then we're just going to glue that onto itself. And so you can see you have a really lovely finished pocket, a double pocket when we glue it onto our page. So this is the page I glued on, and you can see butterfly was upside down when I showed you there. I just wanted to make sure that that's how it was glued on. I'm double checking where I'm gluing my pocket so it's not upside down. And again, you can pause this at any time, or, go back with the project in case I'm going too fast. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm going too fast. I did want to show you every detail here because I know that even where you glue is important, and how I've glued these together. So as you can see, I just added glue to 3 sides, and I left my top ready for the pocket, glued that to the bottom. And now I'm just folding this down and leaving a bit of space to make the little flap there. And I like that butterfly also, I can read it properly. So you can see how easy that was to put together. Now, you could add, of course, your little tab onto it. You could use anything for your tab. You could use the whale punch, just like a square folded in half. I happen to have this piece that is like on a label. So I've printed on a label here, and I'm just going to use this as my tab because I have, again, used my same digital design on those labels. And then this way I have a nice little design on it that you can see there. It looks like I've got a little piece of lace on it. So that is it, my friends. As easy as how I just showed you. It's just about how you put this together, and you can make it any size you want. You just have to make sure that the pocket that flips down and the pockets that will be in the center are the same width, and of course length that you're going to use. So that was it, my friends. Easy peasy. You can make them any size. It doesn't have to be the size that I showed you. You can use any paper. It doesn't have to be, printed digital paper. I do like the size for the, the quality of paper that you use from photocopy paper. I like 28 pounds. I think the basic one is 20. So 28 pounds, I find it a little thicker. It's just sturdier, I should say. And also it's easier to bend and to kind of do all these, different little, folds and everything, because if you make it thicker, I think it would be more difficult to play with. So yeah, super easy to put together. I really loved making these. I have definitely made a few more. I will be back soon showing you an additional pocket I've been working on as well, some more projects and tutorials. Check out my channel for One Page Wonder projects, which is using 1 sheet of paper to make a full project. And I like to use the 8.5 by 11 and the 12 by 12 papers. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please leave them below. I try to get back to everyone as soon as I can. I hope you guys have a great time crafting. and let me know if you have made any yourself. Thanks so much for stopping by.